National shops in Isipingo, south of Durban, has again thrown open the issue of xenophobia. While police say members of the community were allegedly looting shops owned by foreigners. To discuss the impact of xenophobia on the integration of migrants in the country, we have in our Durban studios Nomagugu Mlawe. She's an attorney with Lawyers for Human Rights in the Refugee and Migrant Rights Program. Good afternoon, Nomagugu, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. What are the effects of xenophobia, Nomagugu, on a non-national, and how does this hinder their full integration into South African communities right now?
The effects of xenophobia on foreign nationals are quite severe and quite adverse, in that what most people don't understand and don't have knowledge of is that most foreign nationals that are here in South Africa have fled their country of origin due to fear of persecution. Therefore, they've already been displaced in their own country of origin, and they've come to South Africa to seek refuge, to seek asylum. So when these xenophobic attacks occur, they now find themselves in a situation whereby they are being persecuted in the country that they've come to seek asylum in, which causes severe cases of trauma, severe cases of feeling like they have nowhere else to go.
Nomagugu, police have sometimes ruled out xenophobia as the motive, but to what extent does crime and poverty fuel such acts?
There is an element of crime, but however, that cannot be entirely true. We can place that on the fact that we notice that these attacks only happen to foreign nationals in South Africa. Therefore, we can not just mainly say it's an element of crime and poverty, because only foreign nationals find themselves being attacked by mobs. And that's another very important element that we need to look at. It's that it's mobs that are attacking the foreign nationals. It's not on an individual basis. It's not on a case-by-case theft basis. But we find that there are mobs that attack them, that loot their shops, etc., etc.
Noma, to what extent is this volatile situation made worse by perhaps self-imposed leaders in the communities who take advantage of gaps or weaknesses in current local government structures and use this to advance their own personal agenda?
That does definitely occur, in that we find that there are certain individuals within society, there are certain individuals within communities who use these situations to advance their own interests. Therefore, they aggravate the situation. Therefore, they perpetuate what is currently going on. And therefore, we find that societies fail to reach amenable solutions. Societies fail to be amicable and talk through the issues that are affecting foreign nationals and South African citizens.
Look, incidents of xenophobia are being reported regularly. It does seem as a country we're nowhere near addressing the problem. Some saying it's a lack of political will, perhaps. Do they have a point? In all fairness, government has been proactive with various government departments coming up with social cohesion programs. And back in April 2012 already, government extended access to social grants to qualified refugees in the country. Surely this goes a long way in making sure the group is self-reliant.
No, that statement, as you've correctly pointed out, cannot be totally accurate, because our government has made huge strides to accommodate foreign nationals, and we have one of the most progressive pieces of legislations that accommodates refugees and asylum seekers. As you've also correctly pointed out, recognized formal refugees in South Africa can have access to social grants. Further and above that, asylum seekers in South Africa can access health care, they can access education. So the government has definitely implemented and made policies that are very progressive towards foreign nationals, and we definitely realize they are human rights and our legislation is in accordance with the spirit, purpose and objects of the Constitution.
Nomagugu, interestingly enough, it works in reverse as well, doesn't it? Where non-nationals are not the only victims of xenophobic sentiments. In this case, making derogatory remarks about South Africans themselves.
Yes, it can happen, and like with any rights, we have to be responsible. So the case would apply to foreign nationals in that as much as they are victims, but in exercising their rights, a certain level of responsibility has to be applied. And when foreign nationals are in South Africa, they have to also acknowledge and concede that they have to respect other people's rights within the country.
All right, you alluded to the Constitution earlier on. How crucial are peace-building initiatives at community level and community dialogues to highlight the rights and responsibilities of all who find themselves in South Africa right now?
It is a very crucial point because the problem is within society. It is a societal problem in that we find that there's a breakdown in social cohesion. We find that people are not on the same level when it comes to social integration. So dialogues are very important. Communication is very important. Campaigns by the government, campaigns by the Department of Home Affairs to educate our own South African citizens about foreign nationals, because at times it is due to a lack of knowledge that we find these volatile situations. At times, our own citizens don't have an understanding. Some people don't even know what refugees are. Some people don't even know what asylum seekers are. Therefore, if knowledge is disseminated, information is disseminated through, as you've pointed out, social engagements and social dialogues, it will definitely be a step to working towards a solution.
Nomagugu Mlawe from Lawyers for Human Rights. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, Noma. Moving